Stay tuned. The RT Boxing Show with Mr. A will begin shortly. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you for tuning in. This is the RT Boxing Show, and I am your host, Mr. A. We start off with a WBO Super Bantamweight interim champion, Issaci Dogboe, with a 5th round TKO of Cesar Juarez. Very promising start for 2018 if this is how title bouts go. The only really sad thing about this fight starts my predictions off 0-1. No, but besides that, on the boxing side of this show, Juarez could not handle the hand speed of Dogboe. So I don't know if it was the hand speed or was it just really the fast, shockingly blitz. Because even though he got knocked out in the 5th round, the 3rd and 4th round, the fight slightly started to have a turn to it. But my prediction on this fight was the hand speed of Issaci was going to pick Juarez apart. But as the fight goes on, Dogboe tends to punch himself out. He's not as accurate, but he hits hard. So I thought he's going to punch himself out and get knocked out in the later rounds. And it seemed like that might take place. 3 and 4, he was starting to slow down, get on the back foot. Juarez was starting to land a few more cleaner shots, but still losing the rounds, clearly. And then 5th round, he just walked right into a left check hook, just walking, boom, and just slow motion. It's like a second delay, and then the boom, and Tony Wink stopped it. This fight was in Ghana. Give it up to the Ghana crowd, and not just for Issaci this fight, but just in Ghana boxing appreciation period. Because during the research for these shows, I watched Richard Comey fights and some other fighters from Ghana. I'm trying to look at the lower rankings of other divisions, and I come across some Ghana fighters. Their crowd always playing that amped up warrior music, that same time feeling good. The crowd is into their fighters, especially the one they are going for. It's the Ghana crowd, how each nationality has their way of showing. You got Europeans, they do their little chants and theme singing. Japan's very quiet, but they applause at certain things real patiently applause, then they stop. They're polite, quiet, and Ghana's very in it, man. They're in it. So they are one of the countries who are very, just maybe not well known for their boxing, but they do produce warriors. Icorte, Dogboe is going to the new one. Richard Comey. It's Dogboe with this performance, and like I said, he is now the WBO Super Bantamweight interim champion, which means when Jesse Magdaleno comes back from his injury, he has to fight Issaci Dogboe. Now, Isaac's style, like I said, he punches hard, punches high volume with the intent to hurt you. Body shots are good. Now, like I said, in this fight, all his fights, he kind of goes down. And then you have a chance, like I said, he still possesses hand speed, just the volume drops down. He starts walking back and really depending on his hand speed and countering instead of just bringing the offense like he does in the first half of the fight. So that being said, I do believe he is a fan-friendly style that maybe can carry over to the States, because I do believe Jesse Magdaleno maybe have a couple fights left on a TV deal. And I do believe that WBO might be on TV. So if I'm not sure if it's ESPN or HBO, but I believe that will be covered. And if an American audience gets a hold of, I know Jesse Magdaleno is similarly known for that small division in the States discussion in boxing on the channels in the States, the YouTube internet. So I think if Dogboe gets a chance to get in front of American crowd with his style, his power swinging, his hand speed, he's quick, he's exclusive, a little cockiness. Like I said, he just does have a gas tank power. The best way I can say it is, if you need an example, is George Groves. George Groves is all around good. It just, you have a chance against him if you could get him in the late rounds. But he does really nothing wrong, nothing bad. That's, to me, Isaac Dogboe. I think it's Dogboe or Dogboe. It's Dogboe. I say Dogboe. I think it's Dogboe. Isaac Dogboe is a super bantamweight George Groves. Does a lot of things good. Defense, ducks punches, knows how to take walkabouts for defensive purposes. Punch combinations, good. Uppercuts, which he was hitting Juarez with some good uppercuts. Body shots, so it helped him when he was tiring out in this fight. So doing all that stuff right with his aggressiveness, hand speed, I think the American fan base will adapt. Now, whether it will, especially if he wins. If he wins that fight against Magdaleno, which is going to be difficult for Magdaleno to stay away from back foot fighting this guy. I don't think Magdaleno could be in front of this guy. Not for a duration of time. I don't think it matches power. Basically, I don't think it could be a hooker for hooker. Not with Dogboe. So he's going to need to control the outside and do a good enough inside enough to keep Isaac from coming in. So it'll be hard. Now, like I said, as for this fight, the interim title belt fight, the one that Isaac Dogboe knocked out Cesar Juarez in the 5th round, stopped on his feet by Tony Winks on January the 6th in Ghana. This is Mr. A. You are tuned in to the RRT Boxing Show. This is the post-fight recap. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your support. If you are a new viewer, please become a new subscriber. Help this show get known. Share it. Do what you got to do. Leave the comments. Thumb it up. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. And then ask them if they told 5 more friends. Boxing, let's get this show on the road, baby. Now, this fight, like I said, from round 1, ding, Dogboe comes out. And I didn't expect it. I knew he would dominate him early in the rounds with the hand speed, but I didn't expect him from round 2nd 1. He just came out, hooks, just jabbing, just hands, just overwhelming him with punches. And Juarez, like I said, already being slow, feet-wise, hand-wise, reaction-wise, to make him think even more faster, on him, like make a slow man think barrage speed fast. He was getting caught with shots left and right, a good blitz. You know, he get, like I said, even though he's like, Rocky was, doing all this stuff, flirting around, trying to fight off, survival fighting, because Juarez only knows how to come forward. So he was survival fighting. He survived it. But he got flesh hits a lot. Easy 10-9 round, And then round 8, Juarez, slightly in the like midway point, but he was slightly doing a little better, trying to walk him down. And all of a sudden, he was actually digging into Isaac's body, starting to land some shots. But why predictable shots, repetitive shots, no combination variation, just predictable as he threw a right hook to the body for like the third repetitive time with 1-2, 1-2, and he went for it again. Isaac came over that with a left hook. Dropped him. He got up, had to face like a 40-second survival motion. He just did it. And then round 3 and 4 was much of Isaac hand speed winning whatever exchanges were taking place. Any shot that he went to, Juarez landed, but Isaac started from going from attack mode to actually kind of like, okay, you started seeing it round 3. He was starting to become the back foot counter more often. His punch volume started to drop. Juarez was able to land a few more punches. He was able to get to him faster with walking. So you could, because even the commentators were saying like, oh, this is a great, big ups to the Ghana commentators. You hear some commentators, HBO, Showtime, Box Nations, BN Television. Just sometimes you hear a little not down the middle commentating. Ghana, clearly they wanted their countryman to become the youngest champion, but they still called it down the line. They're like, oh, this is a great start from Isaac Dogboe, but let's hope he is not starting too fast and burns himself out, because the Mexican, this is how he starts. He starts off slow, he builds up fast, he has the power. He can hurt Dogboe. Let's just, but as of right now, great start. They were landing, they were telling the clean shots that Juarez was landing. Sometimes you just hear country, they wouldn't even credit the other countryman's hits, especially when Dogboe was dominating the way he was. They wouldn't even credit the little clean shots that Juarez normally would get. So big ups to the Ghana commentary. That is what helps boxing. So they got a great audience, fan base, reaction, chemistry with their fighters and the crowd. The commentary is very clean, so fans will appreciate the honesty in watching their fights. So I said, they were even saying like, okay, look, he's tiring him. You can see he's going back now. Juarez is able to walk him down more, land more shots. So it's not like it's just what Isaac. You can see this is one problem Isaac does have. Is he good at the back foot, countering? Yes, he's good, but you can see he's more acceptable to losing that way than when he's on the front foot pressing the attack. And that's what the commentators were going back and forth on also. So round 5, much of the same. The commentators said that's what, I believe that's what the corner was kind of asking Isaac to do, kind of like, hey, you're winning, but still, you're doing good, but kind of go back forward. But, Isaac's still going backwards. He kind of like, it was a well-timed shot, but to be honest, I don't even think he knew he was going to hit Juarez that well. Because for the whole round, because round 5 started out with Dogboe going back for that right hook that he countered with, and knocked Juarez down in round 2. He finally was going back to that punch, but he was like really overgoing for it. He was like hook to the body, hook up to the body, hook, like really just overthrowing it because his hand speed was too much for Juarez to counter him. but it wasn't landing like it did. So Juarez was able to walk him down, but the biggest thing with Juarez is he got into a rhythmic offensive attack, a repetitive rhythm too. He was just walking him down, throwing the little body hooks and throwing some hooks, walking him down, throwing, and then Isaac was just back footing, not throwing nothing for like 30 seconds. Repetitive. Same thing if you recall when Chris Algieri got knocked down by Manny Pacquiao. Remember, Chris Algieri just kept circling, and then finally Pacquiao just got rhythm and just jumped with that left hand. He timed him. Juarez was just walking Isaac Dogboe down. Finally, Isaac was, like I said, trying to be a back foot counter. You can see the thing in his mind. He's like, okay. And he just threw a punch. So it was good because the only thing I said, I don't know if he really thought he wanted to hit him, but I don't know. It was more of like he's getting close to me. I'm gonna throw a punch just to keep him away. Because when he threw the punch, Caesar's hand. When you see the slow motion, Caesar's hand is kind of still up. He's walking. Then he throws a punch, and then Caesar goes to throw his, and it just gets hit. So I don't know if in real life if there's a little tick that Isaac saw, or was it just that well-timed of a rhythm? Because like I said, it was a hypnotic walking, repetitive motion by Juarez he got himself into. So like I said, it either could have been just a get off me type hook, or stay your gap type hook. A really well timed from a tick. But anyway, either way, Isaac Dogboe hit him with a left hook, and literally Juarez walked right into it. Because he said he went from a neutral corner, walked him diagonal to the ropes. The ref broke him. Isaac Dogboe walked himself to the middle of the ring, and the referee said, fight, or gave him the signal, all right, let's pick it back up. And Juarez just walked, right from like I said, he had Dogboe against the ropes. Let's go back to it. Dogboe spin himself to the middle of the ring. The referee's like, come on. And he just walked right into it. Like I said, a really well-timed hook on a picked up rhythm tick, or just a lucky stay your zone punch that was thrown right when Caesar was opening up. Because I said when he threw it, he was slightly in the high guard still from what slow motion showed. But that punch landed hard. It landed super hard. Juarez got up. Give him credit. He got up. He was on 6. Got up pretty early too. That's he got up. And then like I said, I don't believe Winks even gave him the mandatory 8 count, but he got up and he's like, that's nah. So Isaac Dogboe does become Jesse Magdaleno's mandatory. Interim champions get their shot. So the WBO has a player. And what else is in that ranking? I don't know much. I'm going to have to do a show on the super bantamweights. Try and help get the word on the smaller divisions out here in the States. Hopefully, you guys, the viewers, help that be known as boxing fans. Have you noticed the show this year has started out covering divisions, doing more boxing talk. So for the few who have watched those shows, thank you for help getting the word spread. Thumbs up those videos. Boxing will get better. We will get more, because there's talented fighters in these lower divisions. Isaac Dogboe was put a hell of a fight performance. I think him and Jesse Magdaleno should be a great fight. But like many people, myself, I believe Diego De La Hoya was too heavy. I think he finally moved up. He lost his belt on the scales, or his chance to get a title shot. And a lot of these fighters I'm not too familiar with. I covered some. Was that ECY? I think I did cover him. So I myself got to familiarize myself more with this division, and doing so we could do it as a boxing unity right here on the WRT Boxing Show with your host, Mr. A. Thank you for your support. This is the post-fight recap. A little longer than normal, but you can see the show is taking a different approach in things. Thank you for your support. If you like it, once again, if you are a new viewer, hope you become a new subscriber and help this show grow. Thank you. Mr. A is out.